It didn't take much more than a bottle and 2 chairs to make a speakeasy. This is what Daniel Okrent said in his book, Last Call, The Rise and Fall of Prohibition. Today, join us for some stories. Get your own bottle, glass, or mug, and relax. This is Speak Easily, and I'm your host, Krista Stauffer.
Lean into too much.
But yeah, during COVID, I stayed in the other space for what, 5 days?
Yeah.
He was on vacation.
I was on vacation. You're like, can I stay in the space? I was like,
yeah, because Doug was like, I don't want to get sick. I'm like, shut up. So I just left. It was great.
We were talking earlier about double COVID. Were you here for that?
double COVID?
Michael's making diseases.
No.
I had the double COVID.
Oh man. That's got it in both ends.
Two different COVIDs at once. Yeah.
Double C, double O, double VID.
Right.
Double COVID. That'd be awful.
I have pretty chapped lips because of the double COVID, so I have to use my O'Keefe's lip repair.
That's the main symptom.
O'Keefe?
His chapped lips.
That's the only one.
Right.
Cold hands.
This was the only indicator that I had the disease.
If anybody else uses that, they're getting double COVID
Yeah.
straight out.
No, I've got it, man.
Regular
Oh,
COVID's
no.
a respiratory thing. Double COVID is just chapped lips. It's just
There's so many
little
kids
lip
that
dryness.
have double COVID.
I
It's
know.
nasty.
Most kids do.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah,
do.
regular COVID doesn't affect children as much as adults, but double COVID,
Double COVID is a children's
all over it.
All
place,
over it.
if you will.
Triple COVID, that's just diaper rash. So, I'm working on that. I'm almost up to triple COVID.
That's what the chapstick's for too.
It's weird that you're working on it, though. I don't know. It seems like that would be a fairly easy thing to master.
Aren't you supposed to put diaper cream on if you have like rashes, like on ankles and?
Yeah, I think you
I've heard
can.
it's like a miracle.
Because it's an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So it's built into the, and they have so they even have like super diaper cream. Have you ever tried this?
Super diaper cream.
So you take
Have
The
I
guy who
tried
made
it?
up
No.
double
Have you never
COVID.
tried it?
I personally have not
I'm just
tried
saying
it.
because you have
Sponsor this podcast.
because you have children. The doctor. Did either of your kids have like bad like diaper stuff?
Probably, but that's been years. At this
Well, same
point.
with mine.
I don't remember that.
But for Katie, when she gets her diaper rash, I mix up this special cream. So you take like the normal like ointment, right? What's it called?
Dr.
Boudreaux's butt
you use
paste.
Dr. Monkey Butt or whatever.
Boudreaux's butt paste. Is
Yeah,
what we
butt
use.
paste.
Boudreaux's.
Yep,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really
Butt
that was
paste.
good stuff.
Butt paste. So you take that and then you take what is it like an antacid, like a milk of Mylanta or something like that, and you mix it together. Not the
think
mint
you're
one,
making
but the
all
cherry.
of
No,
this
it's
up.
We're
serious.
gonna have a TikTok intervention.
This isn't TikTok.
You need
Our
to-
doctors had to do this.
Milk of Mylanta.
I think maybe milk of magnesium
Magnesium?
or Mylanta.
What one of the two? What's
Mylanta.
Mylanta?
I think
I don't know.
Mylanta is milk of magnesium.
We're
Museum?
off the reservation on this
Okay,
one.
but you know what I mean. It's
Are
like
we recording this,
is it
Joe? We've got all this, don't we?
It's
This
a
is great.
stomach settler, right?
Mylanta is.
Mylanta.
Yeah.
I think so is
Mylanta.
milk of magnesium too. If I'm
Okay,
not
same
mistaken.
thing probably.
Probably not milk of Mylanta because that's not a thing.
That's
Well, if you squeeze
No,
it
keep
hard,
going. No,
if you
we're
squeeze it hard enough, a little bit comes
Yeah,
out.
we're listening. So diaper cream
Yeah, diaper cream.
and milk of Mylanta.
Yes, you mix it together in like a little dish, and it's supposed to be like super
like a
diaper cream.
molcajete. You have a mortar and pestle.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
some guac in there and then diaper paste on the next day.
Yeah.
you run it through the dishwasher.
Listen,
On pots.
pots. I'm gonna run this through again on pots.
Heavy wash.
Oh.
Heat it dry.
Wait, so this is all. Did you learn this from TikTok?
No.
Are you
this
sure?
This was
That
our
sounds like it.
pediatrician told us to do this.
Milk of Mylanta.
for triple COVID.
Maybe she was just messing with
Do you
me.
maybe you want to go to a different pediatrician?
Well,
We're
I
not going
stopped
to name
going
this
to a
pediatrician
a long
on
time ago.
Yeah.
the show, but
Do they pass like their medical?
Yeah. Do they
license?
go to school?
Now I'm wondering if it causes autism.
Oh, stop it. Jenny McCarthy. She won't be on the podcast anytime soon.
she probably won't. No.
But do you learn a lot from TikTok?
I learned so much from TikTok. I use TikTok less of as an entertainment application and more
resource.
medical research.
Who's your doctor? TikTok?
Dr.
Dr. TikTok?
Listen, his screen name His handle has MD after it, so
yeah,
that's all
yeah.
I need
There
to
you
know.
It's
go.
a thing.
Yeah.
So does mine. It's amazing.
They let anybody do that?
Anybody. They just
Just
pour
like you can
some milk
pay-
of Mylanta
like
on
you,
it.
like you can pay to become verified on different apps now.
Yeah, you can get
Facebook
your.
finally figured out we can monetize this.
Yeah.
They don't have to be popular; they just have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever think of becoming a doctor? Was that ever a childhood?
That was my dream.
You were going to be a doctor?
In 4th grade, I decided I was going to be a doctor, and you know how I moved myself toward that goal. I took the health book, which was only like 57 pages long in 4th grade, and I memorized it. And I did all of the after chapter work and handed it in for extra credit. But then I stopped.
Well, you got it. You
I
got
don't
most
like
of it.
blood or sick people, so that would not going to be a thing.
No.
For
I came
me.
up for a cure for AIDS in 4th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. Not based on the research I had done in my medical book. And there was no TikTok to guide me then.
No,
But this was
no.
just like my 4th grade imagination. I'm like, I bet we could put like copper tubing inside people's veins and heat it up to kill the AIDS virus. It would also kill them.
Yeah.
But like for a second they'd be AIDS free. You know, just like the HIV would just go away. But I was thinking, this was back in 91 or back in 89. I was
Yeah.
thinking
Outside the
Sound
box.
medical advice.
sound.
They like outside the box thinking in medical school.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
like you to freewheel it.
I'd probably be more like a Pat
shoot from the
Adams
hip.
kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like some people would get healed, a lot of people would laugh, and a few people would get murdered. And that would be okay.
You know, it's your week.
And that's all we have for today. Thanks.
I taught her the medicine that killed her. Oh.
So no, you never wanted to. Doctor was not up
Zero
there.
chance. Yeah. No.
I just punched this.
It's okay.
Sorry, Joe.
I
Did
can't
you?
deal with I can't deal with vomit. That's my thing. I can deal with blood. I can deal with most.
I can turn my nose off for like bad smells.
Okay,
Like,
but not.
But I don't. It's not so much the blood itself. Like, I'm actually fascinated by like watching the surgery channel and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I wouldn't like to put needles in people, but I really just don't like sick people, and it would gross me out if they're coughing near me and like being sad and like miserable. Like, it just sounds like depressing to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Were you ever
That's
gonna
not
be
my
a
thing.
doctor?
No, I come from a family of a lot of doctors, and the first thing they tell you is like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor." They're like, "Let me tell you about why you don't want to be a doctor." And it's a lot of it has to do with the law and not to do with medicine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
especially
Damn
these
lawyers.
days, it's very very easy to get lawsuits, things like that.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, did you want to be a lawyer? Was that in the?
I wanted to be an ambassador to the United Nations.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what I wanted to be for like 10 years in
Really?
grade school, middle school. Yeah,
How
and
does
foreign
one
service.
Become there. Like,
You join the foreign service.
Okay.
You can, and that's what I was going to do in college. Like, I was ready
Wow.
to do it.
Majored
I
in
did-
theater.
I wanted to sing songs.
And here we are. Wow. That is impressive.
Would have been impressive if I did it.
I was going to say, I mean, it's an impressive dream.
It's
to
an
have.
impressive
Yeah.
dream, but
That wouldn't even have crossed my mind, though.
No,
yeah.
No.
No, I had a picture of like the current ambassador on my Trapper Keeper. Like,
With a circle around it with an X through it. And I will have this job. Oh,
I've
no.
murdered 3 so far.
I can't believe you were going to become a doctor.
I did wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to help people. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a fireman. I thought that was a really cool job. But I was also juggling clown and ventriloquist at the same time. So, you know.
You could have done all 3.
Yeah, but like the helping people part was like only like 30% of like
This
my
is-
wider entertainment goal.
This is where the Patch Adams thing comes
Yeah,
in. Yeah. Yeah. I
People with puppetry.
I was going to be an astronaut. That was because Krista McAuliffe. That was a
Yeah.
big deal at the time. But then I was going to be a gymnast. That lasted about 6
Was that
months.
Challenger?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because she had my name. It was a big
yeah,
deal.
that's a big deal.
Yep. And then there was.
I was going to be an ichthyologist.
I'm sorry?
It's a
fish?
person who studies sharks,
Specifically sharks?
specifically sharks.
Huh.
I imagine there's about as much money in that as there is the arts. But
Well, do it. You can do both.
So have you been following the news reports about, was it Big Blue or whoever that is out there?
no, I
The
don't
big
think I
shark.
have.
Yeah, this big shark. They're supposed to be like the largest shark, great white, and it's out there by Hawaii somewhere.
I don't
It's
know.
on TikTok.
It was well, and it might have been actually, and they think she's pregnant, but she's over 50 years old or something,
wow.
right? Is that what they said?
I don't
It's not the
remember, but I
ages.
remember they found
Tell me, yeah, you saw it a few days later on Instagram Reels because that's what you do. Like people were like, I don't do TikTok, but then
I
they
didn't
watched
see
the
it on
TikTok
Reels.
4 days later on Instagram.
like a grown up.
Like a grown-
Yeah, and then you share it on Facebook. Like,
No.
wait, she's 50. She's pregnant.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, like this big shark, like this bigger, and it was she was tagged or documented like 20 years ago, and then she kind of like they found her again. They think it's the same shark, so even bigger now, and obviously very pregnant. too.
Yeah.
And she's just out there swimming around eating people,
Wow.
Wait, she's eating people?
getting pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not how you get pregnant.
It's not.
No, I was a doctor. Wow, this went way off the rails.
Verified
really
on
quickly.
TikTok. She's a verified MD.
But I mean, why are they following her? Just cause?
Well,
This is the biggest
curiosity.
great-
I mean,
biggest great way, probably.
somebody who actually went through with becoming the
An
ichthyologist.
ichthyologist.
You can tell them apart by like their fin patterns, like how their fins are shaped and that sort of thing. They can be identified, and they probably have radio tagged this one because she's
Yeah.
so big. So I assume a she. That's pregnant,
Usually,
so.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not a shark
Hey,
person.
21st century, man. So
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I didn't study it that I know of. Ichthyology wasn't a part of
Ichthyology?
my theater training
Yeah.
that I know of.
I know quite a bit about them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember very much, but
Huh.
I knew stuff about
Yeah.
it back in the day.
Oh, this
Is Shark Week like your Christmas?
Oh,
For a while, it was. It's a little repetitive now, I think. So they
it's
do a
all
lot of
just
it.
sharks.
It's just sharks. Every year it's like, oh, hey, remember sharks? They're
They're still here.
And they're pregnant.
Don't they do a
Sometimes
lot
they
of
eat
like
people.
they do like a lot of like stock video, and
It
it's like
is.
the
Yeah.
same shark swimming by. I'm like,
Yeah.
I saw that.
It's the same story about like,
times.
the person who got attacked by a shark and how they survived and how they have much more respect for nature now and, that kind of thing.
They didn't before.
They didn't before. They were like, pfft,
That'd be taught a lesson.
nuts to nature. And then they get attacked by a shark. Like, you know what?
I like nature.
Nature's got some stuff going on.
Respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we?
This conversation's delightfully off the rails. This is what happens when you get four people who are like,
I know. That have known each other for a long time.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Michael and Katie, welcome to the podcast.
Hey,
We'll find our
thanks.
rails
We
again.
just switched,
And welcome
switched
me to the
gears.
podcast
And welcome
too. everyone.
Ben's on camera.
Yeah, I'm on camera instead of sitting in the booth. Yeah.
We're kind of excited.
Yeah. No
It's
one's
also-
running the show right now.
Nobody is. We
No,
don't
that's
even
not
know if
true.
there's
Joey's
no
running
Joey's
the show.
on.
Hi, Joey.
Joey's awesome. Say hi, Joe.
Now Joe's on the podcast. He's
Yes.
credited. Yes.
We're really excited to have you guys back, and we decided this is second time for each, maybe, but third for you,
Third.
with one episode being during COVID.
Yeah, COVID episode.
Not double COVID, but
Not double covered.
Thank goodness.
What did you say? I don't know if we recorded that segment. What did you say double COVID is?
Double COVID. It's just chapped lips. It sounds horrendous, but like it can be cured pretty
it's
easily.
also regular COVID, but it's also chapped lips too. Yeah.
So it's double.
Yeah.
It's double.
It's double COVID. Yeah.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
Well, you hear people have double ear infections and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's my inner
Yeah,
ear
but
and my
that's
outer
because
ear.
there's two, right?
No, I think
Isn't
it's
that a
within,
double ear infection?
No, inner and outer. It could be one ear.
Wow.
Now we haven't talked about middle ear. I don't know if that's a thing or if it's just like a Tolkien reference.
That's Middle Earth. There's a TH at the end of that.
Oh, this whole time, since the 50s.
You
I
thought he
had
was
no
talking
idea.
about ears?
Yeah. Yeah, like little people that live in there.
Yeah. Wouldn't that suck, though? Ooh.
If you have people living in your ears,
Anything living in your ear.
one of the stranger conversations
We've gone
veered
backwards
into.
again.
Sorry.
I love how you try to say, like, we're going to start now. Right back to the
It's
nonsense.
you guys, I'm used to this. So second time on the podcast. The first time was for Mary Poppins, I think for both of you.
That's right. Yeah. We directed that a few years
Early
ago.
Mary Poppins, yeah. 2019 was that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goodness.
in the early years.
And we sent some people from one of the shows, didn't we? One of the other shows? Like, we didn't even attend one of them.
I don't know. Sound of Music,
Did
probably.
we sent Sound of Music folks over?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that would
Yep.
have been 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
As directors, we're like, no, we're stepping away. We're giving it to our cast to talk.
Mary Poppins wasn't the first, was it?
That was the first we directed.
Oh, okay.
Was it 2019?
It was so good they decided to cancel the next 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no more theater productions. It was
What did you
just
have
too good.
planned for 2020?
Joseph, the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I love that show.
I know, it's so fun.
That was my first profesh show when I was 14. I was in the children's chorus when the Broadway series came through.
Oh,
I
that's
love
so
it. Yeah,
cool.
they
Yeah.
would always cast local for
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, we were selected because I was in the Columbus Symphony Orchestra Children's Choir, which is now just Columbus Children's Choir. And then we had Imaginating Dramatics, which I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
Imagine Dragons.
No, that's a band. It's very different. No, it was a group out of Upper Arlington. They were more prominent in like the 80s and 90s, but they selected some of them and some of us. And yeah,
Wow.
got to watch all the hot guys dancing around. We were 14.
In choir.
That's what stood out to me. Yeah.
Hot guys or like hot adolescents?
No.
No,
They're like
like
grown
the
men doing
brothers.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Because
talking
it was
about
the
Joseph
tour.
again. I thought you were
Joseph
talking
tour.
about part of the Imagine Dramatics.
No.
Dragons.
There were no dragons involved. No, it was.
That's a shame. That'd really add something to that show.
It would definitely make it interesting.
Yep.
And it's
Be
a
a
good
unique
show on its own.
experience.
I do like Joseph. So did you guys have something for the summer after, or was that still like a...
We were hoping to do Joseph again. Joseph's been on the docket for several years for Rushville Civic Theater. But when we came back and decided that we had to do an outdoor show, that's when we decided, let's do something that actually fits an outdoor environment and kind of lends itself to that. So that's why we went with Sound of Music.
Sound of Mucus. Yeah. Is it a favorite show? Do you enjoy that show?
I loved it I loved it outside. It was a technical nightmare and so much stress to be outside because you just can't control anything.
No.
But I thought it was really, I don't know, I was really proud of how it turned out. I just thought it was really cool to be under the stars and you're there in the summer surrounded by the whole community and frickin' Maria is coming down the mountain. I don't know. It was kind of magic. So I enjoyed it.
Sweet little Cassie. What has been the favorite to direct so far? I know that's like choosing children.
I know that's so difficult. I think we have moments from each that we find especially endearing. Poppins was our first together, and so while that was probably the most stressful show I could ever think of to try to direct, and we've had other directors in the area actually reach out to us like, how did you do this, and not
It's
like
a monster show.
not like murder yourself and others, at the same time. Like it's huge. It's a 3-hour show with more than half a dozen big dance numbers.
Yeah.
So much
and
stage magic.
You don't think about what all goes into it, but there were a few like really simply staged moments in that show that were just magical for me. And even though it was like the most stressful thing, I think you even swore off theater altogether.
I know. I was ready at the end of that week. I was like, I can't do this
It
again.
took her 6 months to even think about what the next thing could possibly be. Like, I'm never doing this again. But yeah, so that there were a couple little moments in there that were great. Obviously, the magic of being outside and partnering with the Westerville Symphony for Sound of Music was really cool. I love that because you get the full score, and it's not just a pit band playing; it's a full 40-piece orchestra playing
They
that
were
score.
gorgeous.
Yes.
It was lovely. And then Oliver, I think, was just it was the least stressful show for us because of the elements that went into it. But there were some really beautiful moments there too. I thought we really found some places to dig in. And those are the kind of shows that, like, when it doesn't take itself too seriously, but there are serious moments in it. A show that's has a lot of children in it, but it's not for kids, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we have special pieces. I don't think I have a favorite. It's a long way of getting around to saying I don't have a favorite.
Are you allowed to say what's coming up this summer?
Yeah, we are. We
Yeah,
are able to
for
say
sure.
that.
Been announced, yeah.
Yeah, it's announced. It's not hasn't been announced officially from the city, but it's not a secret, I guess.
Yeah.
So there will be an announcement on social media and on the websites and all this other stuff. It's on your website right now, actually. So if you were to go to the Boxland site and find what's coming up.
Just tell them what it is.
Just
Okay,
tell
fine.
'em.
It's Bye Bye Birdie. Bye Bye Birdie.
In Westerville this summer.
Very nice.
Have you guys been in that one?
I have, yeah. When
never
SRO did it, David Baggett directed it, probably 8-9 years ago, I guess.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
Time ago.
Yeah.
Were you were never in that one? You sure? Not in a past life?
I
or
was
anything?
Birdie once, but
Do you know who that is?
yes.
You don't.
Yep.
You have no idea who that is.
What if I said there was a shark in it? West Side Story, he knows.
There it is. That's on Shark Week, isn't it?
It is.
Do they
Yes,
show that
they
one?
show West Side Story on Shark Week.
I mean, there's sharks in it.
Yeah, and jets. So it kind of fits both the,
Jets of water and
Yeah.
sharks of water in water.
It's a lot of snapping.
I can
don't
see how
have the
disappointed
thumbs.
young Ben would have been watching West Side Story. Like, when are they gonna? What's
the
gonna
sharks
happen?
coming?
When's it
My
happening?
dad had a book called
Stop
Swimming
skipping
with
around.
Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive, and it was totally about business.
Oh my god!
And I picked it up and was like, oh, I'm going to read this book about sharks. And got in and
was
was like,
nothing.
what is this about? And now I'm a business owner. So,
No pictures or anything.
not one. Not a
No.
single one.
That should have given it away.
Yeah, I know.
Probably.
Where are all the sharks?
Yeah, where are all the sharks?
Where
yeah.
have all the sharks gone? It's a song from the 90s, isn't it? So we actually are here less about the Westerville Theater, but I mean, that's kind of how you guys got involved with Westerball, which is a thing coming up. I mean, is that sort of how you got involved in the...
Yeah, I would say that's how we decided to join Arts Council, because when we were placed in a leadership role in the theater community, we wanted to reach out for some collaborations and networking with the broader arts community in Westerville. So that's what the Arts Council of Westerville is great for, is getting to know those people, making those connections. So that's when we ended up getting involved. And then about a year into it, we were like, the real decision makers are on the board. So we decided to join the board. And then that's when we could get Westerball off the ground.
Where did it start? I mean, it's been going now, 3 years?
This is the third. Yep.
Yeah, the third year. So we started way back in 2020, sort of like a dream, and we were trying to figure out ways to recover from COVID. In a large way, like most organizations, everything had kind of been put on pause for that year, and so we're coming up to the end of the year, and we're thinking about things that we could do going forward. We always had an annual gala for members.
Gala?
Gala.
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 Gala?
I don't
Gala.
know which do you
Gala.
Gala. Galé.
We're on the same team.
Yeah, I guess we're on that one.
Galé. Nice. I think we
I don't
all
even know
agree.
how I say it. Gala?
That's the first time I've ever said gala, so I don't
Gala.
know why it came out that way.
I get corrected every time I say it, no matter what. So,
Gala.
yeah.
Gala.
Gala.
Gah.
It was a gala. You have to swallow
The G is silent.
Yeah.
Go. But we always had this annual gala,
Gala.
member gala.
Yeah.
And it was this thing where all the members could come. It was a lovely night. It was a smaller gathering, usually about 50 to 75 people. And, there was wine, there was a slideshow, there's usually a music act of some kind. But it wasn't community-wide, and it wasn't open to the public. Not everybody could attend. You had to be a member, and the Arts Council ended up, a small nonprofit put up a decent chunk of money to throw the event every year with zero return on the investment other than just a good night out.
Right.
And we thought that was a great idea, but we also thought we could expand on that, taking that as a base idea and saying, let's invite everybody. Let's say this is open to everyone, whether you're a member of the Arts Council of Westerville or not. And when you could make it even bigger, we could put it in a 40,000 square foot facility, and we could have hors d'oeuvres, and we could have a cash bar, and we could have silent auction, and we could have all sorts of interactive things happening around art. Dance performance, music performance. We had theater a couple of times now, jazz, flash mob, all sorts of fun things. And every year it grows and changes and gets bigger. But the original idea was, let's do this so that we can really connect with our community.
Yeah.
The idea is that we're supposed to be this big connector between the community and arts, a true home for culture and arts in the city. And so while there are lots of groups around that do artistic stuff, we wanted to be sort of like that main point of contact for all those groups and the people they're trying to reach. So not only are we encouraging the participation of and appreciation of and of the arts, we're doing this bigger thing where we're connecting these people together on one night under the same roof and giving them a chance to explore everything we do, all the fun talent that we have in town, and just really just support those groups. So we try to support it. We try to make it accessible to people. So we keep the ticket price as low as we can. And then we also find sponsors to pay for the event. So the Arts Council of Westerville, being a small nonprofit organization, is not shelling out a bunch of hard-earned dollars to put on this event anymore. And now it has become a fundraiser for us as well. So we try to get it paid for with sponsorships, and then we also try to raise more funds. So for our programming, the grants we give out throughout the year, and so we can just do more in the community every year.
That's super cool.
That's so cool.
That's super
That was a
cool.
long explanation.
No, it's really
No,
good.
it's a great
It's
explanation.
very well done. Very smooth.
It's the double COVID.
That's
Yeah. The lips don't stick
lips
together
don't
as much
stick.
when they're dry. Flows.
and you're better at
Yeah.
sales, but you have chapped lips. Terrible.
Don't spit.
That was close.
I goes from
Can I
real
change
classy to
seats?
spitting on the podcast.
It's a very spitty podcast.
Holy spit. So what is there's so much involved with the planning of this. Like, where do you guys even start?
Oh my gosh. So
I know you built on it over the
yeah,
years.
we have built on it, and it was such a creation at the beginning. Like, knew it wanted to be like an epic party, an epic celebration of the arts. But it's like you're coming up with it somewhat, on the fly, or what can we do? What dream big? What would you do if you could have this amazing epic event? What would you want with the arts and everything? Who would you want to be involved? So each year it's kind of shifted a little. The theme that we've picked the last 2 years has kind of helped direct what we're going to do and the decorations and kind of things like that. So it's helpful. So this year the theme is Flock Together, which is birds and feathers and butterflies and things like that. So we're going to have an interactive flamingo walkthrough art exhibit. It's going to be like major selfie station type thing. And each of the 50 flamingos is being decorated by either an organization or agency. And we also have 30 different Westerville
Flamingos.
classes who are decorating a flamingo, like art classes.
Cool.
So it's like a bunch of kids are going to
Yeah.
be decorating these flamingos however they want.
That's
There'll
cool.
be fancy flamingos. So you can come check them out and everything. So that's a cool way of involving all ages.
Yeah.
But there's a national trend, I guess, or a national thing. It actually started in Southern California at Southern Exposure. It's called Monster Drawing Rally. And you have, like multiple artists who are creating their art on site at the event. So you can walk around and watch the artist actually creating the art. And then to make the art affordable for everybody, every single piece is sold for $50. And half goes to the artist, half goes to the Arts Council. But if you're somebody who has some bare walls at home, you can pick up a real piece of art by a local artist and have that and put it up at your house. And there's like it's competition because sometimes a lot of people want the same piece of art, and then you have to do a like card drawing to see who gets it. So it's very fast. It's very like fun and auction-y kind of thing. But we're going to do that.
It's accessible though too.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
very accessible.
Because some of the artists we've had in this Monster Drawing Rally, it was the first time we did it was last year, and we're going to do it again this year because it was such a success and so many people loved it. Some of these pieces would go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars if they were to sell them through, a gallery or if they were to sell them themselves. And doing it at the event, this piece goes for $50, and that's really accessible if you want to get into collecting art, if you want to get into supporting art and artists. People feel like they can jump in at that level.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Do you have any?
No, please, it's your show.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
There it is. But do you have a favorite artist in town that you enjoy, or somebody that you really enjoy watching?
Oh my gosh.
Make their art, because we have a ton.
Oh,
Yeah, I just being part of this, like I was always theater arts and singing and things like that, performance arts, and just being part of the Arts Council, like my mind has just opened to so many amazing artists that are doing work right here. couple of my favorites are Janine Crum. She's with Daylight Artist Collective. She's a painter. Tom Welsh is an amazing photographer. He actually owns his own like studio for family portraits and stuff. But then he takes these amazing photos of Hoover Reservoir and things like that. And
Nature and stuff is really cool.
yeah, it's just beautiful. So, and I just get exposed and introduced to new artists all the time, which is what I really love about it too.
That's super cool.
And I think it heightens your awareness of the art that you see in your community. So you could be at a let's say Java Central coffee house, and you're sitting there and you're looking at all the art on the walls. And I think before we got it deep into the Arts Council and doing all the Westerball stuff, even as mindful as I think I am about things, it gives me a new appreciation and a new awareness of what's around me. So I notice things all the time that are really cool and things I would have missed otherwise.
Yeah, that's super cool. How long does it take you guys to plan a Western Ball?
October is generally when we start
Okay.
like really getting into it. The main thing is getting the business sponsors. That kind of takes the longest time. It's a lot of relationship building. I mean, it's not enough just to call somebody cold call and be like, "Hey, give me $1,000." Like they have to know that we're in it to be their partner, and that we want them to succeed as much as we want our event to succeed. Which is true.
And we've been very fortunate having some really great partners when it comes to our sponsorships. For instance, since the inception of the event, we've had FC Bank as a wonderful sponsor. They were gearing up to open up a branch in Westerville that's now open. If you remember where Flower Rama was at the corner of Schrock and State, so they opened that branch, and they've been supporting us ever since as our presenting sponsor. So this is their third year now, helping us present the event.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
And you have the connection with Otterbein then too, because you do it at the Point.
Yes, that's been wonderful. So, luckily we had some classmates that also worked there, and that was a wonderful reconnection. And it brought us into the space. We really couldn't. We wanted something in Westerville, in the heart of Westerville, and so many of the event spaces around town, you have to look at like country clubs or maybe a hotel, and they might be on the edges or outskirts of the city. We wanted something that was a little bit more central.
Yeah.
And then we also wanted something that was good for an arts event, right? So we didn't want some sterile ballroom that is just the standard for
We
every.
can't throw feathers all over.
Right. Well, like standard carpeted. They might have the cool like drapes hanging there, but like not to put down any other event space, but those are strictly event spaces.
Yeah.
This space is unique because of the architecture, because of how its use case, how would you use it? It's classrooms, it's businesses. There's a lot going on there at all times.
Yeah.
It's a space for creation.
And it's
it was built to be a creation space.
We thought that was a perfect venue for that, and it sprawls all 40,000 feet of this space, and we take over just about all of it.
Yeah. No, it's been a super fun event the past several years, and it's a great use of the space. And
yeah, we should talk about your involvement with the event.
oh, wait,
right?
are we involved?
What?
I know.
We're
What?
doing this?
Since its inception, right?
I know. The MCs with the most.
It has been a total blast. Like
It
we've
really
enjoyed
has.
every single time. I had to laugh last year because I was running late. I was in rehearsal and had to rush over. And I think it was even our stage manager that she said, "Had I known you were hosting, I would have let you leave early." And it was like, yeah, I'm not just going. I'm doing the thing. But it's, we never dreamed that we'd be hosting something.
No,
'Cause we just
something like
talk.
that, yeah.
I mean, that's all we do is just talk about things. But
Yeah, but it's great, and it's nice to see all of the bands and all the performers come through and be
people
kind of
get
firsthand.
fancy too.
And I've taken several very epic selfies.
That's
there,
true.
too.
Very
Yeah.
epic.
Very
yes.
cool.
Yeah,
So
I've pretty much used that one selfie from the first Wester Ball in just about every piece of marketing. That we
Yeah.
put out for the
well, we'll
event.
get another one for you this year. So
All right. I'm
I think I
excited.
tried to recreate it at a different thing I was at.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
there's a couple people like,
Yeah. Like, are we in a theater? I can't tell. I see Krista's nose. Yeah. No, because you get how many attendees show up for this thing?
So we pack the house to capacity there. It's about 850 total
Is it
bodies
really?
in and out throughout the night
Well,
because
yeah.
it's one of those events. It lasts 4 hours.
Yeah.
Some people come after dinner. Some people come before dinner and then go out later. But it's a wonderful place. And the fun thing about it is that you can eat there and they have the bar there and everything. And then you can if you want to dance the night away with the last 2 hours of the event, you can do that. You don't have to be there to win the silent auction. We have an online bidding system too. So even if you're out of town, you can still sort of feel like you're part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
That's
And
awesome.
you don't have to be in Westerville to attend.
No, not
which
at all.
is nice because it gives more of an open feel to everything. It's sort of a who's who of who's who.
Everybody's welcome. We have,
And it's
Jenny
all
Saunders,
ages.
the
That's the
bank
cool
president
thing.
from FC is there. We have city council members there. The Westerville Chamber is usually in attendance. We have a lot of influential folks in the Westerville area that come, as well as artists and patrons of the arts that people come in, and it's a great night for mingling and rubbing elbows with people. It's a lot of fun.
And networking too.
Networking
It's a
too.
good place for that. And
And dancing with your family if you want to. What I love watching is kids with their parents dancing out on the dance floor. It's not a wedding. You don't have to bring a gift. You just come and you have fun and eat some food.
food is good.
Yeah, the food is always really good.
Yeah. Where does the food come from? Do you have a specific place where that's
Yeah, they have an in-house caterer at
Oh,
the
okay.
Point.
Oh, wow.
okay?
Yeah, they're great. And
Parkhurst, I believe.
Parkhurst, and they are amazing.
Okay.
They just work with us so well to come up with, a vision that goes with our theme and everything. They're
Do you
so
get
cool.
to sample? Do you need help? Do your
Choosing the
See where this is
MCs need
going.
to help with that?
I'll let you know if that
Okay.
becomes an opportunity.
Yeah.
First person we call.
I've never had a chance to sample for an event. That's
Never.
always something I wanted to do. No.
Nothing through the sorority or anything.
We never went that fancy. Are
Didn't
you
ya?
kidding? I don't know. If they did, I didn't pay attention.
What's the salute look like? Do you know how to do a little salute thing? Isn't there a thing you do?
What are you
Yeah,
talking
there is.
about?
How's that
He's
go?
going back to sorority days trying to get me to do the the dance. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do it. No.
Well, that was
It's different too. We actually learned it's quite different than when it was in our time. They've
They've
changed some
changed it?
moves. Yeah.
Sororities changed their tradition.
They made it a little more PG than perhaps what it might have been in the older generation. And I did show the younger generation. They're like, "Oh, we should incorporate that." I said, "Yes, you should."
You're just driving by and you're like, I'm going to get out of the car. And,
No, we had our 100th.
oh,
Yeah.
well, congratulations.
Yeah, I think the worst part was they were just like, "All right, everybody from the class of 2000 and older, you can eat first."
Oh my
It was
gosh.
like,
I would have been happy about that.
I mean, we were
Because we have to get home and get to bed, you know.
I stayed, gosh darn it. No, we're old, and it's okay.
That's okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
own
because Michael and I both went to Otterbein.
We did.
We did.
Wait, you went to
I
Otterbein?
did. Shut up.
The unofficial Otterbein podcast.
Yes, I mean, it kind of is, Would you say somebody called it?
The Snotterbein.
Had you ever heard that before?
No,
We had a
because
guy in here for a different podcast that we don't produce, and I don't want to go too far into the details there. But after the thing, he was like, he went to Capital. He's like, well, it's way better than Snotterbein.
no.
Like an '80s college villain, and it was like,
I have never heard that before.
No, but I have heard Crapital before.
Sorry, Joe.
Crapital. No,
Sorry,
come on.
my Joe's capital.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gauntlet thrown.
Crapital? What? Oh. Now we're getting too rowdy. Haven't even done the salute or dance or whatever it is that you do.
I'm not going to. It's not
Is it
gonna happen.
owls? Are you owls? What are
No,
you?
I was Kappa.
I don't know what anything is. I was never part of Greek life. So.
It's okay. You don't have to get defensive about
I
it.
wasn't.
That's okay.
Is my body language showing signs of defense?
a lot of Greek life at
It's your
CCAD.
chapped lips. That are
My
just
chapped
it's the double COVID.
Be careful.
I'm weird. Do you
Gotcha.
so you get the band, which is so cool, the big bad.
Yeah,
Big
this
band,
same
yeah.
band.
Yes.
We use them every year because everyone loves them. They
Yeah.
play
So good.
amazing music. They have a horn section,
Yeah.
which is so cool.
And multiple. Like the dude that was playing the clarinet just pops out a
Yeah.
trombone randomly, and it's like,
most of them are music
Music teachers,
educators around Columbus too. Like this is like their side gig
Yeah.
kind of thing, but they're
Wow.
amazing. Yeah, we
they
love
play
them.
all familiar things. They
Yep.
all sound good.
Mhm.
Yep.
They're so fun.
It's and you always run a risk. You've been to places
Yeah.
where there's a
A band that
cover
doesn't
band.
connect with the
Yeah.
crowd or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah, that everyone is thrilled with them. So I'm like, yep, keep coming back as long as
Yeah, we've been very happy.
And they have
we planned,
likes you.
12 members, 13.
They have a lot of members, and so not everybody plays every event that they do. So they can interchange people in and out. But they tend to send the same.
we
group
get
with
a
us.
bunch
Yeah, a
that
bunch of the
come.
return.
They like
every
it.
year. What's nice, what's funny about them is that they're like the first check I write every year because we want to book them early and make sure that they can be available. But that's
They're great.
Yeah, so good.
We have fun new stuff this year, though. Can
you
I
allowed
tell
to-
you?
to-
Yeah, I want to
Spoilers?
tell you.
Do we
Yes,
get spoilers?
spoilers.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
So it is flock together theme. So we are trying to lean into the bird situation a little bit, but we
Live dove release.
live birds.
Are you serious?
Yes, with the zoo, the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium are bringing 5 different animals to us, and we have requested birds. They said as long as they don't get avian bird flu, we could bring them.
They just call it flu.
the birds just call it flu.
They just call it flu.
But
From
yeah,
drinking
Double
avian?
flu for them.
but
Yeah.
we're
Just
hoping for
Just
we're hoping
right.
for some penguins and things
Oh, that would be
to be
so-
at the
That would
event,
be
so you
awesome.
can take your picture with the birds and whatever else they bring. I don't know. It's not all
That
going to
would
be
be
birds.
super cool.
And
I
I was
looked
like, "There's a
into-
bunch of rowdy people. Is that going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
okay?" And they're like, "No, it's fine. These are the same kind of animals we bring to Letterman and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're used to crowds and."
Wow.
Interesting.
They're also really old now because
Yeah.
the show doesn't exist.
Okay.
But yeah.
But this is they're trained for that kind of thing. Thank you very much.
It's a geriatric.
Oh my God.
They've grown the Letterman beard and stuff. at this point.
I've had enough. You can sit out.
Yeah, you're
room.
this close to getting kicked out of the podcast.
I looked into buying peacocks actually because you can do
Like
that.
for yourself?
Well, for the event,
Oh.
and then I don't, or renting them or something,
We're
because
not
they have several. It's odd. There are several people in Ohio that have peacocks for rent, and I don't know if they have them for weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
but apparently they're really expensive, and they're also mean. I've heard
They are.
I heard they were mean. I didn't think they were that mean. This is probably because people just keep yanking their tail feathers out. Like they just stop it.
I grew up.
Start
There's a
pecking
farm
people.
across the street from my parents' house that raised peacocks, and they have this really weird kind of like mournful call, and like you'd be outside in the backyard with your friends just playing, and you hear this in the distance. People are like, "What was that?" And like, it's peacocks. Like, what?
Do
That doesn't actually.
Like, could they be outside?
They would
Yeah,
occasionally,
when they live
like get into the yard and stuff like that, and
Even
you
the
look
cold
outside and
temperatures
there'd be
and such?
yeah.
I didn't know what
no, they could be
what
outside. Sure.
climate
Yeah.
peacocks.
Yeah, but occasionally they'd get into our yard and stuff, and you'd look out and there'd be a peacock out there, and if you get close to it, it'd go.
Like a raptor.
Yeah, well, but with the tail,
Oh,
they
yeah.
wouldn't be like a raptor.
Yeah.
You've seen Jurassic Park, right? They don't have tails.
What's the other one that fans says that's not a raptor? What's the one in the car?
Dilophosaurus.
Sure. Yeah.
You know
don't
they're
know.
different, right?
Yes, I do. It's earlier in the movie than the raptors come out.
Good point.
That's how I know.
We will not have any dinosaurs. at
No dinosaurs?
Westerball this year.
But they are the descendants of
I was
the
going to say,
dinosaurs.
technically you
Oh,
do.
Birds
'cause
are.
they
Yeah.
Birds, I
Yeah.
guess never mind.
Yeah.
I take that back.
Yeah. You
So they're
will have
not telling you
dinosaurs.
what you're getting?
They can't commit to tell us what
Oh,
it
that's
is.
true.
They can't
Yeah.
say for sure, but they said for sure we'll have 5 different ones. So
That's amazing.
Penguins can be kind of mean too. They bite and they.
I don't care. They look like they have little tuxedos
Yeah.
on. They're going to be so fancy for the
They're
event. I'm going to love it so
fancy
much.
looking. They all come in a line.
You just can't make
Yes.
your hand look too much like a herring. Just like take a finger off, you know,
I don't even know how to make a herring. with my
like this.
hand. So 5 zoo animals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
And then
And then, what?
You
What
wanna
were you
say
going
it?
to say?
I was gonna say the other animals.
Oh, go ahead with more animals.
There's more animals. So there's a local heating and cooling company called Tropicool,
Okay.
and they are obviously really cool because
Because they're tropicool.
Because they're tropicool, right?
Yeah.
But no, they have 5 macaws
Oh.
that they I don't know if they'll bring all 5, but they're bringing some to the event. So we're going to have the Columbus Zoo, but we're also going to have these macaws that'll be making an appearance, and they can interact with the crowd and kind of like be up and close and personal with people.
That's super
But
cool.
I will say, some people are afraid of birds, and this venue is very large, and you can stay away from the birds if you don't want to be near the birds.
They're not going to be like flying.
They're not going to be
bigger-
flying
Yeah.
around. They'll be
course
contained with their owners. Just stay away, and
Flocks of
you're
birds
fine.
flying through the building.
I'm not a huge fan of flying birds around me.
Yeah,
You're good with
it's
land
very
birds.
like
Not my
scary
fave.
to think about
Yeah.
them like landing on you or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Penguins and ostriches and the like, you know. So, an emu.
Aren't those extinct?
No, they're not.
They're not.
No. They're not.
They're back.
Oh,
Guess
they
who's
didn't
back?
go anywhere.
Emu's back. Oh, we didn't go anywhere? Okay.
Do we have time for a slight detour? I think
Sure.
we do.
What?
What?
We don't do that here.
A slight detour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
The
called it a
emus.
detour. I know.
Detour.
That's why it doesn't make any sense.
Yes. So have you heard about the emu wars in Australia?
No.
Oh my goodness. So this was really
It's
a
on
thing.
TikTok.
It's in TikTok. It's not on TikTok. It's not on TikTok. It might be on TikTok.
Probably on
It's
TikTok.
probably on
It's
TikTok.
probably everything is on TikTok. I keep getting Lord Interesting though, the guy with the wine opener stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
You did show me that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they fought a land battle in Australia against
The
the
emus
emus.
did?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a war, an emu war, and the emus won. And there's like the person, the general who was heading up this effort or whatever, had a diary and kept on writing like that he thought that they were trying to outsmart them and they were organizing and stuff. It was kind of nuts.
Wow.
Because they would they were trying to eradicate the population because it was ruining the farmland or
Yeah.
whatever. And whatever they tried to do, the emus had a defense for it, and they were able to like work around it and
Wow.
thrive. Even though it didn't matter how many they killed, they just
I'm going to
multiply.
Google this later. That's wild.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, no. He'll send
Every-
you videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was there.
You
I
fought
was on the ground. I
war.
fought the emu war proudly.
You
And the
proudly
emus
general.
won.
Here's my diary.
General double COVID here for service.
That's why the emus won.
Fought the bloody birds today.
I'm slow and I don't have a lot of stamina. So it's just, of course they're gonna win.
Just take it.
Oh, good Lord. Wow.
Slight detour.
That was,
So,
I think that was more than a slight detour.
Well, back
are there
to
any
the
emus at Westerball?
no, but we do have
I'm
something even
actually
more
very okay with that.
spectacular.
Okay.
Yeah,
You.
I will be there.
What is more
Go
spectacular?
ahead and say it. Yeah.
We have, for the first time, a group coming in from out of town to perform for us. They are Cincy Brazil Samba Dance. So if you've seen videos of Carnival or whatever with the gigantic feather costumes, like those huge feather costumes, we're going to have a group from Cincinnati who are coming, and
that's cool.
they're gonna do a presentation. They do I can't even say it. It's like capoeira.
Capybara.
Not
not it.
capybara.
That's-
Giant guinea
It's
pig.
like
different
Brazilian fight dancing, so
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to do that as well.
Capoeira, I think it is.
Capoeira.
Capoeira.
Yeah, we're good at
We'll
this.
have to ask them when they're here. And then they're supposed to be really fun, and they're happy to interact with the crowd. You might even learn a couple of samba steps. So I think it'll just be like super epic.
So cool. And you have a full band that performs.
Oh yeah, and then we're gonna have the
Westerville
community
Jazz
jazz
Orchestra.
band
Yeah.
too.
Orchestra.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Westerville
and
Jazz.
Central
what, like-
Westerville Central Jazz Band is gonna play as people come in.
Nice.
I would say here's a couple tips for Westerball this year if you've been before or it's your first time. So get there right when it opens at 6 because everything starts. Like you're going to have the zoo stuff coming in early, the monster drawing rally, all that stuff is very early on in the night. So you don't want to miss anything. So get there as soon as 6 as you can. And then
There's tons of food. You don't have to go to dinner first.
you don't. Yeah, we have plenty of food and desserts and everything. And this year, bring some cash on hand
Okay.
because people have wanted to donate cash in the past and we haven't really had a thing. So this year it's going to be really fun. We're going to have giant plastic eggs and they're going to have prizes in them. And some will be very expensive prizes and some will be less expensive. But you can buy one for $10 cash. So it is you get what you get. So you might get
And you don't throw a fit.
you don't throw a fit. You're going to be excited about whatever's in it. But a lot of the Westerville Uptown merchants are donating a bunch of stuff, and we're going to have some glamorous prizes in them. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's a lottery, luck of the draw kind of thing.
Very cool.
What is your favorite? I mean, you guys have a chance throughout the night to actually see into fruition what you've planned, but what is your favorite piece of it? What do you enjoy the most?
Oh my gosh, what do you like?
I know that's hard
So
to narrow it
tough.
down. Also, because your brain is probably thinking throughout the night of what you have to do, but
You know, I'd like to say that we really get to sit back and enjoy this event as it's going on, but it's work throughout the entire night. You know, the first year, I still complain about this. I didn't get any food.
No.
And I was so excited to get food. And at the end of the night, I had made like a clamshell full of like whatever was left on the buffet. And then somebody tossed it when my back was turned. I was handling some sort of
This
issue.
is the 12th time I've heard about this clamshell that was tossed.
But it was like 5 pounds worth of food. Like somebody would have had to like
man.
work to get it up off the table to throw it away.
Yeah.
At that
It's
point,
more
they
than
should
a
have
clamshell.
double, you know.
That's like an
Yeah.
emu
Think
shell
about
at
this
that
for a
point.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
love
we
that.
give awards to the arts performances of the year and arts educator of the year and
Emerging artist.
emerging artist and also the arts supporter of the year. But most of these awards are nominated by people in the community, like an art teacher, educator who's really impacted their lives this year. And like I just think it's so cool that these people get recognized as finalists, and then just to like give out those awards is it's my favorite part because I feel like that's kind of what the Arts Council is about, is promoting these people and encouraging them to continue and showing people what an impact they have on other people that they may not know.
Totally.
I mean, I know probably I can't speak for all of us, but I kind of think I do, is that there's been teachers, there's been art experiences, there's been performances that just encourage us and just inspire us to do better art ourselves, or just to get out of the house and have fun with our friends or whatever it is. But like I just don't think I think the awards for me is just the best part because I'm just so excited for everyone who's been even nominated.
Oh yeah. I mean, even to be nominated is an honor within itself.
Yeah.
Of, like somebody sees you and what
Yes.
you're doing
Right.
Yeah.
in a place where very few are seen.
Yeah.
Especially
in the arts,
education.
It's hard, man. Yeah. Being seen when you're in the arts is it's a big deal.
Yep.
So,
And not about the amount that you're selling or
Right.
performing. It's just that
Right.
you are making an impact and you
Right.
mean something.
Well, and it's great to see the support that these finalists get around the event. So
Totally.
they'll show up and they'll have a bunch of people, family and friends and students that come to cheer them on.
Yeah.
To see if they're going to win the night.
And they gain
Yeah.
follow. I mean, I've followed so many different artists just from the past couple of years of hosting there and just like walking around seeing what they're doing. It's like, that's really cool. And, like some of the jewelry that people have done and some of the other stuff that's back in kind of the artist's alley. And it's such a cool event.
It's what I've noticed too. And we have, we get the chance, thank you for that, to be able to go around and see what's happening and take a break and see what y'all have put together. And I would say the thing that stands out for me is just this overwhelming joy of the evening, that people are having a blast, like from start to finish.
Yep.
That it's a happy
No
event.
complaints. Everyone's having a
No.
great time and,
Mingling,
being cool to each
yeah.
other. And
Everybody looks great. I
Yep.
mean, people dress to the nines. You don't have to, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's also nice, is
That's
to know
fun.
that you can come black tie, you can come cocktail, you can come jeans and a T-shirt if you want to.
And we've seen all of them there.
Yeah.
So
It's not a big deal. And the food is,
the food is always
good.
good. Yeah.
we do enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also enjoy the moment.
He's like, where's our first break? And okay, this is where the band's playing. Okay, let's go.
Food's over there. They put the mic down, get the food. Yeah.
Well,
No.
every year we try to do a little bit better too. We listen to we really take the time to listen to the feedback that we get after each event to see how we can make it better for people.
Yeah.
And this year, one thing we've learned from previous years is that we really need to make the food accessible and quick, so that with 850 people there, nobody's really waiting in line for anything.
Right.
So having double-sided buffets, having multiple spaces for where the food could be set up, but with the same offerings in both spaces,
Yeah.
so nobody's missing out on any of the offerings.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe having people walk around and offer stuff to people, I think, is really classy. So,
That's a
maybe
lot to
some of the
figure
food
out and
comes to you.
coordinate, man.
Yeah, but Otterbein and Parkhurst, they're really great about working with us, the event staff there, and
Yeah.
they're there to like make the dream come true. I think they all look forward to the event every year as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's joyful. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good cause. And the tickets
It's a
are
good
not
time of year to
ridiculous.
have it too, because like you get to February and man, especially
Yeah.
in Ohio, Central Ohio, it's
Brutal.
rough. It's
Yeah.
rough, and man, you get to that and it's nice, bright, colorful, joyous evening.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing.
With animals this year.
I
animals.
know.
So excited.
You might
Well-
get to see a penguin. Right?
Maybe.
And for those who've never been, like we do some really other fun stuff too that we haven't mentioned. I know they're like people are like, what else do you do? Like,
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's
There's
so
so
much
many
going
things to
on.
do.
You can't even, it's
being-
hard to even see
Being
everything.
in the dead of winter too, we have a coat check. So we've partnered with one of the businesses there, Perry Protect, to allow us to use their space for our coat check. So everybody can bring their coats or wear their faux furs or whatever if they want to be fancy, and they can drop it off. And the cost for admission, with $45 as a ticket price, is less than babysitting.
Absolutely.
And depending on how many kids you have, and
Bring 'em.
bring them. Right, they're welcome to come.
Well-behaved children are welcome.
Well-behaved children. Yeah. No
Otherwise,
sitting
they get the double
services.
coat.
Yeah. And you've made it so that it can be accessible for families. And do you see a lot of kids there? I know that there's some children performers that are there, which is really cool.
We have a handful. I mean, it's not a ton. I would say most people are there with their date, or their group of friends, but who are adults. But there are a handful of kids, and I love it. And teenagers. We've got some volunteer teens and teenagers performing. And it's great because they're the future of the arts.
Absolutely.
So to have them part of this shows that you're part of this community just as much as anybody else.
Very much so. So tell us how people can get there.
Oh my gosh! Wow. So if you've listened this long,
You've learned about double COVID and
sharks and sororities.
sororities. We've covered a lot.
Almost had a spit take. Appreciate that.
But anyway, if you want to come to Westerball,
So if you want to come to Westerball, there's a couple of different ways you could do it. The event is live on Facebook, so if you search Westerball 2024, you'll find it there. All the information is there. All the links you need are there. If you're not a Facebook person, that's okay. You can simply go to artscouncilofwesterville.com, artscouncilofwesterville.com, and it'll pop right up on the homepage there. You can
There's
click
no
the link. for
spelling
tickets.
surprises in that or anything like that.
No,
If
no,
you
no.
Spell Arts of West, yeah.
yeah,
Arts Council
so far
of
you're not there,
Westerville.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say it one more time.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You try it this time.
Council.
Arts Council of Westerville.
.com. Yeah.
.com.
COM.
Yeah, C-O-M. C-O-M.
Yes.
That's called.
That'll get you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you just do a Google search, if you just search for Westerball 2024,
Yeah.
you're going to find us on all of the Columbus, Experience Columbus, Arts in Columbus. All of those sites have links to our page. Visit Westerville.
Yeah.
So even if you get lost out there, there's a way to find you back.
Absolutely. And
Google
tickets
Westerball.
Tickets
Yeah.
are $45, and that includes all the food, all the activities, everything like that.
Red carpet photos.
Yeah, red carpet photos, fancy. So you just show up. It's great. And then, but I would encourage everybody to buy tickets early because we have sold out the last 2 years. So, and now with Penguins,
Yeah.
right.
Penguins
come
are
on.
definitely gonna
Yeah.
push it
I mean,
over
the
the
moment
mark,
this
sure.
podcast drops,
Yeah,
gonna be-
right. It's
Yeah.
going to be.
yeah, it's almost too late at
Done.
that point.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
The ornithologist community is going to be huge into
Your
it.
sciencey words.
know, right?
I'm
Yeah.
impressed. Well done, you.
I'm a smart human sometimes.
Sometimes. So people get their tickets online. You just show your ticket at the door. You get in. Come at 6 because the cool stuff starts at
Right
the
away.
top of the show.
Yep, 6 to 10 on February 24th, 2024, 2/24/24.
2/4/24.
Love it.
Oh, that's,
Love it.
That's very memorable. I like that. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Excited.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
coming in and talking about double COVID and everything with us.
But thank you also for allowing us to be our ridiculous selves and host
Absolutely.
your event again. this
We
year.
love you guys.
We're excited to
Thank
do it,
you.
So
Thank you.
We're going to be fancy.
It's gonna be great.
I can't wait.
Come talk to us. We will talk to you.
We
Krista
do.
especially will talk.
I do.
So, yeah,
I
she'll
do
talk
that.
to literally
Yeah,
everybody.
get in this
Friend.
cool selfie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll do it again.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Go Westerball.
Boxland Media. Think big.